Subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon, to never miss a video from us. Hi everyone. In this video, we will discuss on how you can prepare for AWS Cloud Practitioner exam. The AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner is the introductory level certification of AWS's many certifications. It offers a nice introduction to a wide range of AWS services. If you are new to the cloud computing, studying for this exam will provide you with a solid foundation for further study in cloud technology. AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner certifies that the professional is introduced to the basic concepts and services of AWS. So let's get started. Here you can see the list of topics we are going to cover in this video. We will start with the basic information required to begin your preparation, and then move on to the study materials and important topics which will help you in your preparation. First, let's understand the AWS skills on which the certification exam will test you. The skills that are tested in this exam are as follows. 1. Value proposition of AWS Cloud. 2. AWS Cloud Infrastructure. 3. Basic architectural principles of the AWS Cloud. 4. Understand and explain AWS Shared Responsibility Model. 5. Important services provided by AWS and common use cases. 6. Basic security and compliance on the cloud platform. 7. The management of the accounts and billing. 8. AWS pricing models. 9. The operations and deployment of the AWS cloud. To sit for the exam, you need to have a minimum of 6 months of industry experience in working in any job role that requires skills in the AWS cloud. Additionally, you need experience in implementing various IT services in the AWS cloud. The recommended knowledge to take the exam can be described by following 4 points. 1. Knowledge of AWS cloud concepts. 2. Knowledge of security and compliance within the AWS cloud. 3. Understanding of the core AWS services. 4. Understanding of the economics of the AWS cloud. Let's now understand what is not required from the candidates giving this exam. The following skills or concepts are not in the scope of the exam. 1. Coding. 2. Designing cloud architecture. 3. Troubleshooting. 4. Implementation. 5. Migration. 6. Load and performance testing. 7. Business applications, for example, Amazon Alexa, Amazon Chime, Amazon Workmail. The questions asked in the exam are of 2 types. Multiple choice, which has 1 correct response and 3 incorrect responses. And multiple response, which has 2 or more correct responses out of 5 or more response options. There are also 15 unscored questions asked in the exam that do not affect your score. And the passing score is 700 out of 1000. The exam syllabus is divided into 4 modules. 1. Cloud concepts. Here, you study and gain basic knowledge of the cloud computing concepts, which is a must if you wish to clear the certification exam. From this subfield, questions are asked in a broad range, which requires you to have a higher level understanding of the cloud concepts, such as scalability, elasticity, fault tolerance, and high availability. This covers approximately 26% of the exam content. 2. Cloud technology. Technology is one of the most crucial topics for the AWS Cloud Practitioner certification exam, covering about 33% of the exam content. To become an expert in this section, you must have in-depth knowledge of the core services of AWS. Some of the concepts that you need to become an expert in include S3, EC2, AWS Lambda, ELB, SNS, Route 53, RDS, etc. 3. Billing and pricing. 16% of the exam content is filled with questions on billing and pricing. The exam focuses on AWS business applications, which is why it is extremely important for you to be familiar with this module. To clear this certification exam, you must have an understanding of the AWS support, general account, calculation of service costs, building particular services, and more as well. 4. Security. Security is another significant topic that you need to prepare well before attempting the AWS Cloud Practitioner certification exam, irrespective of your work profile. The exam comprises several questions on compliance, culpable management, and security. Some of the topics covered in the exam from this section include cloud logs, protection of DDoS, shared security model, MFA, password policies, I am managing users, and more. The exam consists of 25% of the questions related to compliance and security. AWS provides good resources including documentation and white papers, which makes it easy to study. Additionally, here is a list of resources you can use to prepare. The link to these resources is given in the video description. 1. AWS Exam Guide. You can begin with AWS Exam Guide, to know about the syllabus and important topics. The exam guide consists of important topics from every module which the candidates should understand well. 2. Training Programs. Then you can enroll for AWS Online Training Program, or opt for other online instructor-led courses. 3. Hands-on Practice. The important thing to remember for your preparation is that you need hands-on practice for better learning. Check out AWS Documentation for hands-on practice. And don't forget to go through white papers. 4. Practice Tests. No preparation is complete without testing yourself before an exam. Hence practice tests and mock tests are very important. You can check the practice tests on testpreptraining.com, which have been prepared by professionals and experts for candidates who wants to take a mock exam before the final exam. Let's look at some important white papers which you should not skip. Don't forget to go through these important white papers. Links to these are also given in the video description. 1. AWS Well Architected. 2. Overview of AWS Services. 3. AWS Shared Responsibility Model. 4. AWS Support Plans. 5. Cost Management in AWS. 6. How Pricing in AWS Works. Here we have compiled a list of topics which are frequently asked in the exam. 1. EC2 Instance Types, On-Demand versus Spot Instances versus Reserved. 2. Auto-Scaling of EC2. 3. AWS Lambda, questions can be scenario-based. 4. S3 Storage Types, you need to know when to use what. 5. Regions, Edge Locations, Availability Zones, Edge Locations. 6. CloudFront. 7. Security Groups, VPC, Client VPN and Internet Gateway, understand how it helps to connect to Internet. 8. Cost Explorer, AWS Budgets, Trusted Advisor, need to be able to differentiate between them. 9. CloudWatch versus CloudTrails. 10. EBS versus EFS. 11. DocumentDB versus Redshift versus RDS versus Aurora, know when to use what. 12. AMI, ASG, AWS Marketplace. 13. Knowledge of Snow Edge, Snow Mobile, Direct Connect, not in depth. 14. Access Control IAM. Additionally, you can also include the following learning resources in your study plan. 1. The AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner Training Notes. 2. For hands-on exercises you can check quicklabs.com. 3. There are also good tutorials on serverlessstack.com. After becoming AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner, you can look up to following job roles. 1. AWS Cloud Practitioner. 2. Cloud and Systems Engineer. 3. AWS Cloud Engineering Manager. 4. Global Account Manager. 5. Cloud Engineer. 6. Cloud Security Architect. 7. Cloud Optimization Consultant. For more such videos, subscribe to our channel.